We have a lot of huge stories to get into today. We'll discuss the new rumors of Seth Rollins walking away from WWE for a while. Is it an emergency? What's it related to? We'll get into it. We'll also talk about the recent forced breakup of the IIconics and what's going on there as well. So let's get into the biggest news of the week, and that's the rumor of a big hiatus coming up for Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins has really reinvented himself over the past few months with his brand new heel character and has been one of the most consistent, hard-working superstars over the last few years. It's very rare for Seth Rollins to take time away from WWE. Even thinking about it right now, I can't think of any other time that Seth Rollins has been away from WWE for a long period of time. The only time I can think of was 2015-2016 for his ACL injury, which took him out of the ring for several months. But besides that freakish incident, Seth Rollins has really taken no time away from the WWE. So what's the situation here? Why are the rumors saying that he's taking a long hiatus? Well, the answer is pretty obvious. We saw Seth Rollins' soon-to-be wife, Becky Lynch, walk away from WWE back in May with a huge announcement that she was pregnant. Of course, this amazing surprise really shifted everything around for Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch because they were caught a little off guard by the timing. Seth and Becky were also working on planning a wedding, but they've gone on record to say that the wedding has been completely delayed and thrown off schedule because of the pandemic. But one thing that was obviously still happening was Becky Lynch's pregnancy. Becky Lynch has been home for the last few months. She did a quick interview with the Bella twins a few months ago, and she most recently revealed that she was writing a book about her life as well. She decided to put all that free time she has now to good use for writing and telling her entire story. Becky took to Twitter to post the front page of the story, but hasn't revealed much details besides that. So let's connect the rumors here. Becky revealed that her due date is sometime in December. That's still a few months, but time is flying, so it'll definitely be here in no time. We're hearing rumors that Seth Rollins is preparing for a little hiatus away from the WWE in the near future, and it all adds up and makes sense. Seth Rollins has already been away from Becky Lynch for so long since he's been at tapings over the last few months. Seth even noted in a few recent interviews that they have been extremely careful lately because Seth is obviously backstage at tapings around all these people and Becky is pregnant at home. He obviously doesn't want to bring anything home to Becky Lynch at all. Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins were also some of the first people we talked about back when WWE was having their little outbreak a few months back. Everyone, even the fans, were suggesting the idea that Seth Rollins should just pack up and go home to keep himself and his family safe. But Seth Rollins didn't do that. He was involved with the entire Rey Mysterio storyline at the time, and obviously didn't want to abandon that. Now that the Rey Mysterio storyline seems to be done, and hopefully it is done, that's another storyline that's been going on for several months. So it'll be fine if they wrap it up here. But it seems like this might be the perfect time for Seth Rollins to quietly take some time off and spend these next few months with Becky Lynch. It even seems like WWE is teasing a breakup between Seth Rollins and Murphy. So you have to wonder if that breakup could possibly be connected to Seth's exit as well. Will the collapse of his group cause him to take some time away, or will they do some sort of injury angle for him? That's still all up in the air. WWE can go either way with it. Maybe the character just has a breakdown and walks away, or maybe he will be put through an entire injury storyline. Either way, I hope the rumors are true. Obviously, Seth being gone for a while will be a huge loss to the WWE product, but I hope he does get to spend a large portion of the next few months alongside Becky Lynch as they prepare for the big due date. Becky Lynch obviously can't go through the next few months alone, so hopefully Seth does take that break to be right by her side. So let's talk about this breakup between the IIconics, Peyton, Royce, and Billie, because I feel like it came out of nowhere. Everyone knows the history between Peyton Royce and Billie Kay. They've been close friends since they were really young. They made it into WWE right around the same time. They were able to be paired up on WWE, and they accomplished so much together as a WWE team. The both of them have even made it known that they were perfectly fine being a tag team for their entire careers, because that's how much they enjoyed it. Obviously, in WWE, tag teams don't tend to last that long, and will most definitely always end with the team breaking up. But the IIconics breakup is strange and different than most breakups we've seen recently. The stipulation for the match between the Riot Squad versus the IIconics was that the losing team had to break up. It's a weird stipulation. Usually we see some sort of conflict and story leading up to a breakup, rather it just being a stipulation for the match. But it is pretty new and different, so I will give WWE credit for that. This really hit me out of nowhere. I wasn't ready for this breakup to happen like that. When I first saw the stipulation, I thought, okay, maybe the Riot Squad loses so that we can head back into Ruby vs. Liv. But that wasn't the case. The IIconics lost, and now they're forced to break up. They're not allowed to team up again. The IIconics did appear later on that night for a brief moment in Raw Underground, where Peyton threw Billie Kay into harm's way with the Raw Underground fighters. I did like that moment because it gives me hope that we'll at least see an actual breakup story unfold between Peyton and Billie Kay. It was so unlike Peyton to push her best friend Billie in there and watch her get destroyed without caring, so I think Billie will definitely confront her about that moment in the coming weeks. They may not be allowed to tag with each other, but I do expect some sort of backstage conversation between the two of them to continue this breakup story. But let's get into the reason for the breakup in the first place. In typical WWE fashion, this was a sudden decision that was made the same day earlier in the afternoon. Reports claim and believe that it was Vince McMahon who came up with the idea Monday afternoon, and that's when the word went out. Reports also claim that there were some people backstage that weren't fully okay with the decision. The fans were obviously heartbroken because this really came out of nowhere. It makes you wonder how Peyton Royce and Billie Kay felt about that sudden breakup. They were given no heads up well in advance. They found out about the breakup just a few hours before we saw everything unfold on Raw. This is one of my issues with WWE. It feels like some things are done so suddenly out of nowhere, with no build-up, and other times it feels like there's so much build-up, with no deliverance at all. There's always something missing no matter what. When I saw that the IIconics broke up, I was thinking to myself, did I miss something? Was this being hinted at and I just missed it? Well, to answer my own question, no, I didn't miss anything. The breakup wasn't teased or hinted at. It just happened, and that's why I don't really like it. Of course, big things seem to be on the horizon for Peyton Royce. We talked last month about how Vince McMahon was very high on Peyton Royce and saw her as a huge single star. So now that the IIconics seem to be over and done with, it seems like WWE can get started on that major push for Peyton Royce. Of course, I worry for Billie Kay. I hope they just don't forget about her completely now that the team has split. I hope Billie will still have an equal opportunity to shine as a single star as well. Peyton did release a statement on Instagram saying that it's been an emotional 24 hours for her, but that it's time for them to grow as individuals. She thanked Billie for everything and said she was extremely talented. But what are your thoughts on the rumors of Seth Rollins taking some time off soon to be with Becky Lynch? What did you think of the IIconics suddenly breaking up as well? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.